What's up, soldiers? Your boy Chris, vibes in and up in the kitchen as usual. What I gonna say? I just came back in from outside. Garden looking nice. Summer's still going. I mean, this when you're watching this video, it's probably after summer, but some wicked looking scotch bonnet peppers on the tree there, and right away your boy start thinking, wait, nah, time to do a pepper something, Caribbean sunshine to the extreme. Now, I did share this video with you guys many moons ago, and surprisingly people were like, Chris, what kind of madness is that? We've never seen that before. I'm speaking about pepper choka. Now, this is a Caribbean version of salsa. We're gonna roast some scotch bonnet peppers, add some onions, some olive oil, some garlic. Watch now. It's no baby thing here. This is for big people. But the flavors you're gonna get from that. Now, if you're accustomed to buying doubles and all kind of street food in the Caribbean, especially in Trinidad and Tobago, you would have come across pepper choka. So in today's recipe, pepper choka redone. Redo? Watch that. We're doing this one big and bad. Let me go outside. The star boy of the show, and this is what got me thinking I need to do this pepper choka. These back here, these scotch bonnets back here, these are nice and juicy and ready to go. Let's look at that. So I'm gonna grab me a few of those and we're gonna go roast them on the fire, and that's what's gonna make the pepper choka. I've got the grill coming up to a very high temperature because we want these to sort of char. We want a nice hot grill. I've got here 5 cloves of garlic and some olive oil and some tin foil. We want that to roast off and go nice and sweet. And the key to this pepper choka is to get green peppers nice and full, as we say. So they're fully developed, but they're just not ripe yet. So we've got 4 of those scotch bonnet peppers, 2 of these ghost peppers. So this is going to be extreme. And 2 of the chocolate 7-pot peppers. So again, this is not for the kids, this is big people thing, so be mindful of that. As they start to char, I can't keep my finger there for too long, it is very hot. You need to keep flipping them because you want to get those char marks, but you don't want them to overly burn too much. So as they char, I just want to quickly show you guys something. So these are nice and puffed up and everything, but watch as I move it to a cool side of the grill. I want to show you guys something. It's going to quickly deflate, and that is quite normal. So once that happens, that is cool. Don't be too scared about that. These are nice, so I'm just going to move them over to the plate over there and set them aside because we don't want them to be burnt. Basically, we want them nice and charred, but that's a lot of flavor that we're adding to it. My cherry tomatoes this is not something traditional to pepper choka. However, with those extreme peppers that I'm using and with these lovely sweet cherry tomatoes that I have in season here, I'm going to pick a few of these. Just look how nice and juicy, where's my hand? Nice and juicy these are. I'm going to add a few of these. I'm going to roughly chop these and put a few of these into my pepper choka. Just look at that grub dinner, man. Gosh, it's looking nice. While I'm outside, I notice another ingredient not traditional to pepper choka, but I tell you, this is going to go brilliant in there as well. Some parsley. I'm going to chop some parsley and put it in there just for another little flavor element. And some greenery is always good too, you know. Got a nice bowl here now, and I'm using this wooden, what we call a ponga. If you have a mortar and pestle, you can certainly use that. Now, here's the thing, guys. Wear gloves. These guys are lethal. Your boy have a PhD in handling these peppers, so just gonna yank these off the stems, get rid of them, toss them out, and I'm just gonna put these in here. Now, be mindful. Wash your hands with soap and water after, and be careful when you're crushing these. It can jump back into your eyes, and that will spell trouble. A song comes to mind. Remember, guys, this is not for kids, this is for big people. The song, there was a calypso song way back in the day. We're going in with some sea salt here. I'm going in pretty generous. Calypso from back in the day. Woman don't like soft man. If you're a soft man, please wear gloves, And you want to crush this, and that garlic is going to be nice and sweet. We're using the salt as a sort of an abrasive assistant here. And we want to crush this somewhat smooth. And I mean, I say you guys don't need to see me do that. I'm just going to crush that, bring it all together, and then we're going to jump to the next step. Now, pepper choka is supposed to have a bit of texture, so I'm just going to scrape this off here and leave some of the pieces relatively, and your boy want to choke, you know. Soft man. Leave it a bit chunky in there. If you want that raw garlic taste, you don't need to roast that garlic as I did. Now remember, we started off, I really wanted to do this traditional, but we swayed completely away from being traditional. So this is where I'm going to go in with a bit of that tomato from my garden, that parsley, and I like going in with a little bit of lemon juice. Not too much, just a little bit of citrus, lime juice, lemon juice, whatever you have on hand, you can certainly go in with that. And I like topping it with some red onion, and we've got to chunky it now. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that means heating some olive oil, vegetable oil, whatever oil. I like olive oil. We're going to heat some olive oil and toss it in there and mix it all up now. What I forgot to mention, you would have noticed that I topped it with the raw onions, and I left it like that without stirring it. The onions are on top now, and I did that purposely because now when I add the hot oil, and I have 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Yeah, it may seem like a lot of oil, but the whole idea of this is to bring it more like a sauce than anything else, heating on the stove. And I'm just going to pour that hot oil over the onions to sort of cook it so you don't get that sort of raw onion vibe. So in goes that hot olive oil. I know you guys saw all that smoke and you expect a genie to come out there. No, I'll add anything here. Just gonna mix that up. Yeah boy, that is pepper choka for you. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Look at that. Watch now. That there is pure killer. Now you're probably wondering, Chris, if you're new to pepper choka, what do you do with pepper choka? Use it as you would use any sort of hot salsa or hot sauce or pepper sauce. So with your curry dishes, put a little bit on your hamburger, on your hot dog and stuff like that. And you can store it in the fridge, in a glass container or plastic container in the fridge for a couple weeks. Boy, this thing here is golden. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Always a pleasure to have you guys here in the kitchen with me. And not so traditional pepper choka. You're gonna love this one. Bless up, man.